ことを IT で変えていく GMO グローバルサインホールディングス
Hello, I am Aoyama, the President and CEO of GMO GlobalSign Holdings. Thank you very much for joining us today. Without further ado, I would like to present our financial results for the third quarter of 2024. Here is today's agenda. First, I will discuss our financial performance. Then, I will provide an overview of the status of each business segment. I will now provide an overview of our financial results for the third quarter. Let me highlight the key aspects of this quarter's financial results. Sales of our key product, GMO Sign, increased by 39% compared to the same period last year. Additionally, sales of GMO Trust Login rose by 42% year over year, underscoring the steady expansion of our business. Conversely, while consolidated sales increased by 9.6% compared to the same period in the previous year, operating profit decreased by 4.5% year over year. This decline was primarily due to a temporary decrease in orders from major distributors, which impacted the sales of SSL server certificates in China within the digital certificate segment. Nevertheless, there has been a recent recovery, and the order situation for SSL server certificate sales in overseas markets is robust. Furthermore, in the digital certificate and eSignature segment, sales increased by 12.3% year over year, driven by the growth of our key products. In this quarter, our consolidated financial results indicated sales of 14,071 million yen and an operating profit of 815 million yen. The growth of key products such as Cloud Crew by GMO, GMO Sign, and GMO Trust Login contributed to an increase in sales compared to the same period in the previous year. However, operating profit declined due to sluggish sales of SSL server certificates, particularly in China. Nonetheless, as mentioned earlier, the recent improvement in the order situation has led us to maintain our full-year performance forecast. In this quarter, our consolidated sales amounted to 4,505 million yen, representing a 4.4% increase compared to the same period in the previous year. In the digital certificate and eSignature segment, sales decreased compared to the previous quarter due to sluggish sales of SSL server certificates in China. However, with the continued growth of GMO Sign and GMO Trust Login, there was a 5.8% increase in sales year over year. In the cloud infrastructure segment, sales grew by 4.2% compared to the same period last year, driven by the steady sales of Cloud Crew by GMO. Finally, in the digital transformation segment, there was a 13.8% decrease in sales year over year due to the postponement of delivery schedules for ordered projects. Regarding operating profit, there was a 70.7% decrease year over year due to the decline in sales within the digital certificate segment. However, we are currently observing a recovery trend and are aiming for continuous growth through strategic cost optimization. In the cloud infrastructure segment, while the cost of sales increased due to factors such as higher software license fees, cost reductions related to data center expenses contributed to a 75% increase in operating profit compared to the same period in the previous year. In the digital transformation segment, despite efforts to reduce costs by controlling advertising expenses, the decrease in sales led to an increase in operating losses year over year. Let me explain the analysis of the changes in operating profit. While sales increased by approximately 1,236 million yen, costs also rose due to several factors. Firstly, in GlobalSign's digital certificate services, ongoing system development for the certificate authority has led to an increase in the cost of sales and depreciation expenses. Additionally, in the previous quarter, there was an increase in software usage fees for hosting services within the cloud infrastructure segment, which also contributed to higher costs of sales. As a result of these factors, operating profit decreased by 38 million yen year over year, amounting to a total of 815 million yen. Next, I will explain the quarterly trend in selling, general, and administrative expenses. Regarding marketing expenses, there was a slight decrease compared to the same period in the previous year, achieved through the optimization of marketing strategies that help control advertising costs. Conversely, as part of our ongoing investment for future growth, we are advancing the development of GlobalSign's certificate authority system, leading to an increase in depreciation expenses. The final part of our financial overview concerns consolidated sales and the trend in total employee numbers by region. Sales decreased primarily in overseas markets, particularly in China, while our key businesses in Japan experienced steady growth. This resulted in a 1.3 percentage point decrease in the overseas sales ratio. Regarding the overseas ratio of employee numbers, the number of employees increased mainly in India and the Philippines, but a decrease in Europe led to a 0.4 percentage point decrease compared to the same period in the previous year. From this point onward, I will provide an overview of each business segment. First, let us discuss the digital certificate and eSignature segment. This is an overview of the services offered in this segment. We utilize the technology and expertise of our in-house certification authority to expand our services. GlobalSign holds the leading domestic market share in SSL server certificates. GMO occupies the top position in the domestic market in terms of the number of contracting companies and the number of transmissions. GMO Trust Login is ranked first in Japan for the number of implementing companies and the number of integrated applications. Let me first explain the sales trends by product in the digital certificate and eSignature segment. In this quarter, sales of SSL server certificates increased by only 3.2% year-over-year, mainly due to decreased sales in China. Our key products, GMO Sign and GMO Trust Login, achieved significant growth with an approximately 41% increase compared to the same period last year. These products now represent about 17% of the consolidated sales for the quarter. GMO Sign continues to acquire new customers steadily through effective marketing strategies, with notable expansion in the real estate sector. GMO Trust Login is also experiencing sales growth due to the ongoing strengthening of our agency strategies. Next, I would like to provide an update on the status of GMO Sign. First, let's discuss the KPI trends. The number of contracted companies increased by 43% year-over-year, reaching 2,379,000 companies. This figure continues to position us as number one in Japan's electronic contract services market. The number of paid contracts is also steadily growing, thanks to ongoing efforts in web advertising strategies and monetization initiatives. Furthermore, the number of contract transmissions increased by 48% year-over-year, reaching 4,190,000 cases, demonstrating continued strong performance. The trend in ARR for GMO Sign is illustrated on the slide. ARR has increased by 40% year-over-year, maintaining strong growth from the previous quarter. This growth is particularly driven by an uptick in new paid contracts, supported by ongoing promotional initiatives, which are fueling our sales growth. We are committed to continuing our efforts to sustain this high level of growth in the future. Presented here is a list of companies that have adopted GMO Sign. This list comprises only those companies that have signed paid contracts and granted us permission to be listed. Recently, we have continued to see many large enterprises increasingly adopting our service. Additionally, we are making progress in securing orders from major financial institutions and replacement projects from competing services. The implementation of our service is also expanding within group companies of major food manufacturers, and we are seeing successful new adoptions in the real estate and construction industries. Moving forward, we aim to provide services that satisfy a wide range of companies and strive for further market expansion. I would like to introduce our initiatives aimed at driving growth in the digital certificate and eSignature segment. The first initiative involves our collaboration with financial institutions. In September, GMO Sign began a business partnership with Mizuho Bank, offering a promotional campaign that provides 6 months of free service to businesses that open a corporate account with Mizuho. Through this initiative, we aim to accelerate corporate digital transformation efforts while strengthening the acquisition of new customers. The second initiative focuses on expanding usage within the financial industry. In June, we implemented GMO Sign at the Mortgage Corporation of Japan. This implementation was a replacement project from a competing service, allowing us to switch the execution of housing loan contracts, including Flat 35, to GMO Sign. GMO Sign is the only electronic contract service in the industry that achieves two-factor authentication by combining email address verification with SMS authentication. This ensures the high level of security required by financial institutions, while offering users a high degree of convenience. Moving forward, we plan to leverage the robust security features of GMO Sign to further expand its adoption within financial institutions. The third initiative focuses on enhancing security measures. GMO Sign recently obtained GMA certification, which verifies compliance with the electronic bookkeeping law. We are the only company in the industry that has acquired all the security certifications prioritized by local governments, allowing us to provide services with advanced security measures. This capability enables us to offer a highly reliable security environment to a broader range of local governments and enterprises, thus promoting the adoption of our services. We will continue to leverage our security advantages as a means of differentiation from our competitors, aiming to further expand the adoption of our services. Let me explain the status of our implementations within local governments. Currently, GMO Sign has been implemented in 132 local government agencies. Additionally, for our online service, GMO Sign Electronic Official Seal, which digitizes notification of administrative dispositions, such as road usage permits and subsidy decisions issued by local governments, we are enhancing PR efforts to improve awareness and developing new features. We are also actively promoting its implementation through collaborations with major companies, including NEC. We will continue to provide trustworthy solutions to numerous local governments, aiming to achieve the #1 position in terms of implementations within local government agencies, thereby driving business growth. Finally, I would like to provide an update on the status of GMO Trust Login within the digital certificate and eSignature segment. A key KPI, the number of paid contracts, increased by 23.6% year over year. Additionally, the number of paid IDs rose by 30% compared to the same period last year. This fiscal period, we are focused on strengthening our network of sales partners, which has led to the acquisition of new partners such as Rakuten Mobile and Sky, in addition to existing partners like Fujifilm Corporation and Ricoh Company. As a result, sales increased by 42% year over year, demonstrating continued strong growth. Presented here is a selection of companies that have adopted GMO Trust Login. Recently, we have continued to secure large-scale projects, including implementation at a major automobile manufacturer. We will continue to strengthen various initiatives to further promote business growth. Next, I will outline the current status of the cloud infrastructure segment. Let me explain the quarterly sales trends by product in the cloud infrastructure segment. For this quarter, sales across the entire segment increased by 5.4% compared to the same period last year. Within this, sales for Cloud Crew by GMO slightly declined compared to the second quarter, primarily due to currency exchange effects. However, the order environment remains strong, resulting in a 28.5% increase year over year, reaching 532 million yen. Furthermore, cumulative sales for Cloud Crew up to this quarter grew by 33.2% compared to the same period last year, totaling 1,506 million yen, which represents a smooth progress exceeding our targets. To differentiate Cloud Crew from competitors by leveraging our strengths in security, we have been collaborating with GMO Cybersecurity by Yerai. Moving forward, we plan to develop new security services to further expand our business by capitalizing on our security expertise. Finally, I will now present an overview of the digital transformation segment. Let me start by explaining the status of our app segment. The number of stores implementing the GMO Shop app, combined with our collaborative service Shop Pocket, increased by 24.1% year-over-year, reaching a total of 29,509 locations. In July, we expanded functionality by releasing a stamp rally feature for GMO Shop app, which can be used for store events and tourism promotions. For the mobile gift voucher platform by GMO, we have also expanded our implementations beyond local governments to private companies, including Fukuoka Airport. Moving forward, we will continue to proactively promote various initiatives to drive further growth in this segment. Next, I will discuss Hakaru AI by GMO, our investment project in the AI field within the digital transformation segment. The number of registered meters for Hakaru AI is steadily increasing. Recently, major domestic non-ferrous metal manufacturers and building maintenance companies have decided to introduce our solution. We aim to continue this expansion moving forward. I would like to discuss our initiatives aimed at long-term growth. In September, we participated in Japan Robot Week 2024, a specialized exhibition for robot-related technologies. Over the course of 3 days, approximately 5,180 visitors attended the GMO booth. Given that Hakaru AI employs AI to read meters with high accuracy, we are strengthening its integration with image recognition robots. This will facilitate its application in various sectors where labor shortages are becoming critical, enabling efficient reading across diverse settings. Additionally, many visitors from the manufacturing sector, which is the main customer base for Hakaru AI, attended the event. This helped us advance business discussions, thereby raising awareness of our services. We aim to continue expanding implementations by enhancing the visibility of Hakaru AI. Finally, I would like to explain our recent timely disclosure regarding the acquisition of Treasury stock. The purpose of this acquisition is to provide returns to our long-standing shareholders and to improve our ROE. Our current performance includes strong and steady sales of SSL server certificates in overseas markets, with a favorable order environment. Furthermore, our key businesses in which we are investing continue to experience robust growth and are making consistent progress towards further expansion. Given this context, and considering our future growth potential, we have decided to proceed with the acquisition of Treasury stock. Currently, we implement shareholder returns with a target consolidated dividend payout ratio of 50%. Moving forward, we are committed to meeting shareholder expectations through further growth and profit returns. We kindly ask for your continued support of our company.
ことを IT で変えていく GMO グローバルサインホールディングス
That concludes my presentation. We change experience with IT. We sincerely appreciate your continued support for GMO GlobalSign Holdings. Thank you for your attention.